Okay, let's do this. Hello there, and welcome to my channel. It is your boy Obi-Sean Nobi here. We are joined by a very special guest. Would you like to tell us where we can find you?
Yeah, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me. Brandon, Clanbrandolorian, everything Star Wars, lore theory, Funko, Lego, all that in between. So yeah, everything within Star Wars, that's what we do on the side of the channel.
So, who got you into Star Wars?
Mm, man, it's easy to say it'd be my dad. I mean, he's a huge space geek. He's a nerd. He's everything in between. And yeah, just growing up in the house. I mean, Star Wars is always on the TV. Um, Everything basically set up from the original trilogy and then just the Phantom Menace. This would probably be just right. I was born a couple years before Phantom Menace, so everything kind of coming out by then. Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith would have been new. But yeah, everything we had VHS, it was always on the TV, man. So I would say my dad got me into Star Wars.
So, which films have you actually seen in theaters, besides obviously the sequels, which I'm guessing you did?
Yeah, so I've seen all the sequels. And of course, I was only 2 years old, but the first movie I actually went to in theaters was The Phantom Menace. So I've seen The Phantom Menace, don't remember it. But I remember parts of Attack of the Clones and then, of course, Revenge of the Sith. So I got to see all those. I did not see Solo and Rogue One in theaters, though.
Oh,
Those two I
should have.
didn't go to, but all three of the sequel trilogy, of course. And then, yeah, Mando and Grogu coming up this May. I'll be there.
Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good because it's the first Star Wars film in theaters since the rise of Mary Sue Palpwalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
Um, mm, Not really a Skywalker.
Why not? She got adopted. She took on the name.
Um, yeah, but it's not really her to take on because to be able to be a Skywalker, this is the running joke. You have to get a limb chopped off.
Hey, she took it on Leia and Luke gave it to her, and she didn't have to take a limb. So it's kind of a big dub for Rey.
You like that film, don't you?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Um, okay, I'm not gonna voice my opinion. I You can guess what it is.
What is it?
I think that film, minus a few scenes, was absolutely garbage. Same thing for The Last Jedi. That film was complete garbage.
Really?
You like The Last Jedi?
Yeah, it's pretty good as well.
You're joking, right?
Dead serious.
Oh boy.
What's bad about him?
Ryan Johnson made The Last Jedi stink. He went away from everything. He went off and killed Luke and stuff, and made these characters not who they are. The script was terrible. Sure, the effects were good. That's obvious because that's the effects team. That's not the director telling them what to do.
Okay. Um, I mean, yeah, I mean, of course, your opinion, that's cool. I like it. I think with the sequel trilogy having two different directors, that can definitely throw things off. I mean, for those, I mean, even looking at Solo, a Star Wars film, that's also another one where it was split directors halfway through it. You can kind of tell
That
watching
one
the
I did
first
not
half of
know.
yeah, during the first half of Solo, you can kind of tell where the transition kind of separates a little bit and going to the end. Bryce Dallas Howard's dad actually took on the rest of that film,
Oh,
and
seriously?
so I mean, yeah, there's different things like that, and I feel like that's something with George Lucas, the maker, not being in charge of everything else because he sold it to Disney. Kind of going forward, that's something. I mean, you look at J.J. Abrams, and me personally, good directors, bad directors. I mean, they're all over the board. I will say when you kind of start with, let's say, The Force Awakens, for instance,
That
we
film
go
I
ahead and
love.
yeah, so we get that. We get J.J. Abrams basically restarting the franchise a little bit, kind of going forward, telling a new story. And I mean, even at the end of that film, we see Luke, who's a prominent character in The Last Jedi, the Last Jedi. And going forward, Ryan Johnson coming in and kind of telling his story. And at the same time, I feel like with the sequels being the way they are, I feel like these directors are still together on some things. Not saying that they're 100% like, ooh, let me go forward with this idea that you had in The Force Awakens. Like, maybe let's say, for instance, Finn's character, maybe J.J. Abrams set him up in a certain dynamic to go forward. Maybe he would have had more of a prominent role in The Last Jedi. Ryan Johnson comes through, writes out the script, has everything going, writes the story, and Finn isn't too prominent of a character. So, I mean, you can kind of look at that as Luke, for instance. That's why a lot of people don't like the Last Jedi. We had a lot of expanded lore and EU and lots of Legends material that had Luke the most powerful being in all of Star Wars. Now, going forward, that's not what you get in The Last Jedi. You kind of have a different adaptation of him, which I get. You're not a fan of The Last Jedi, and that's fine. But I feel like with a lot of those differences, kind of going back to the directors, I mean, it's kind of hard to gauge. I mean, set me in that room. What kind of story can I write? You know what I'm saying? Or
True,
you.
true.
Let's throw you in there. What kind of story are you writing? I mean, it's easier for us to kind of talk about it. And of course, I mean, what do we know? You and I are just talking Star Wars right now. But at the end of the
Yeah,
day, it's just like, yeah, those films, I enjoy them. To me, for instance, they're not the prequel trilogy. That's what I grew up with. And
same thing.
the prequels themselves have tons of problems. But at the end of the day, nostalgia and just growing up with them makes them easily my favorite. Same with the original trilogy. I thought they were great as well.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%, 100%. But can you at least admit this though? Finn's Finn constantly yelling Ray did get annoying.
You know, I feel like with that being a meme, now at the same
That's
time
such a funny meme.
when I'm in the theaters, I'm not really thinking of like Finn screaming Ray. It's like one of those funny things after the fact. I mean, I'm sitting there trying to figure out, what's gonna happen with Kylo Ren. Is he gonna, come around full circle, turn back to the light side? Is Ray gonna turn to the dark side? That's kind of what I'm looking for, especially at the time of watching The Rise of Skywalker. But the but yeah, Finn saying Ray all the time. Of course, it's funny. It's great. It's kind of like an
That's
inside
such a good
joke,
meme.
but at the same time, yeah, it always makes it for a good meme.
Oh my gosh, though. It's like that's all he does is Ray. Like we get it, dude. You can choose other words.
Hey, that's J.J. Abrams though. That's what he wrote. That's what he had. That's what he had Finn saying.
So actually, my opinion is that I think J.J. Abrams, if he didn't leave, and if he actually, I do not know why he didn't direct The Last Jedi. I think something came up for him. I think he had another project. But if he did direct it, I feel like the way he was going, he would have made Finn a Jedi
Could have, yeah,
based on the Force Awakens because he's got the lightsaber. It's badass. Like
yeah.
I think Finn would have made a cool Jedi.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I mean, Finn being a Jedi is amazing. I'm hoping that's what we see in this the new Jedi Order, or the next Rey trilogy, whatever's coming forward. I feel like this is a time where you can actually make Finn a Jedi. Finn is, funny enough, is a character I kind of look at as a Darth Maul, a Count Dooku kind of. Like, let's go back to the prequel trilogy. We see
Okay.
Darth Maul for just a little bit of time.
Yeah.
He's maybe 5 minutes max in the Phantom Menace, and then he's off. We don't see him again until the Clone Wars comes out.
Yeah, but
And
he's
same with
so mysterious though in the
right.
Phantom Menace. So until like what is didn't it like it came out in 1999. He came
Mhm.
back in season 4. Ain't that like 10 years apart?
Did Clone Wars come out in 2004?
I'm
I
talking
think it was
about
the
when
late.
I meant when Darth Maul came back in season 4.
Right. Yeah, I don't think Clone Wars was even did Clone Wars season 4.
I think it's 10 years apart.
Okay, so it says Clone Wars season 4 premiered September 16th, 2011. So we got
No,
about 13
Yeah,
13, 12 years, 12
15,
years.
yes, 12 plus years among all of these great theories. Did he survive? Is he really dead? How did he die so fast? He was such a badass. Like among all of these theories until they came back in the Clone Wars.
Right. But then also it took 12 years for him to actually come back. And now his character is fleshed out. But yes, very mysterious character. But looking at him in the Phantom Menace, the limited screen time we get, and then he's just off. We don't see him again. Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, not talked about, not mentioned. And yeah, so I mean, you kind of just leave Maul right there until obviously September 16th of 2011. Now we get this story fleshed out. That's kind of how I look at Finn. He has the part where he's the stormtrooper who we wanted to turn Jedi. But at the same time, you can also play devil's advocate and kind of look at Finn. If he was to just pick up a lightsaber and become a Jedi, that's almost like the reigning topic of what gets fans mad. Oh, she picked up a
That's what
lightsaber.
Ray did, though.
Oh, he picked up a lightsaber. But
That's
Finn
what
does
Ray
it.
did.
But Finn does it, and it's okay. But Luke,
Um,
and then also you kind of look back at A New Hope, and Luke Skywalker, who's never ever piloted a spaceship, just finally gets in one and blows up a Death Star. It's kind of the same thing.
well, he said he was a pilot. He says he is a good pilot himself.
Right, out in space.
Obi-Wan says to him, "So I understand you've become a pretty good pilot yourself,"
Yeah,
which makes me
but
to believe that he has flown before.
yeah, but not like out in outer space and space battles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's kind of the same thing. Now, if Rey was to, pick up a lightsaber and like, oh, she's so powerful. Now you kind of look at the backstory like, oh, she's a Palpatine. This makes perfect sense and why she can pretty much just pick up a lightsaber and, do whatever.
well, we didn't know
Palpatine.
that when the Last Jedi came out, we didn't know that when the Last Jedi came out.
That's why you watch it. That's why you take in the content and you're like, oh, this makes sense now.
Her being a Palpatine, I wasn't a fan of because I wish they'd um, you can agree to disagree all you want, but I think in Return of the Jedi, I think he should have stayed dead.
Palpatine, yeah, could have
Yeah,
worked.
because him coming back to life kind of just ruined Vader's whole redemption arc.
To a sense. I can see that as well. Also too with kind of the way, now let's say Vader's kind of redemption was basically turning back to the light and being with
Yes.
his son. Luke helped redeem Vader, helped Vader turn back to the light side. So I feel like that deed's already done. With Palpatine coming back and also being trained by Darth Plagueis, one of the most mysterious and almost misleading characters in all of Star Wars. We don't really know too much about him except for what we read in Legends. And going forward, Palpatine, this guy has been playing chess while others are playing checkers. The entire Clone Wars was an orchestrated fake
Mm,
war, essentially. That war was nothing, but it was all orchestrated by Palpatine just
yep.
to get to his main premise in getting Anakin Skywalker to turn to the dark side and be his Sith apprentice.
Apprentice. Yes.
Perfectly
Correct.
makes sense. So if you're telling me like Palpatine is going to come back from the dead, this is the only character where this makes perfect sense. Him or Plagueis. Now Plagueis, obviously, being the smart Sith that he was, and Palpatine always talked about that, told Anakin about how Plagueis the wise, the wisdom. He carries that in his name. So if anyone is to come back, it's going to be his Padawan, his apprentice, Palpatine. So to me, makes perfect sense.
We do know one other thing about Plagueis, though. He is a stalker behind a rock.
Yes, and he is watching every move that you are doing. And if you're
Which
holding
that
hands,
scene,
if you're holding hands
which
with a
that scene
twin, looking off into the distance, Plagueis will be watching you.
just that scene had me cracking up. Are you kidding me? They have made him the powerful Sith Lord into a freaking stalker.
What should he have been doing though? What do you think?
not peeping behind a rock like a freaking Michael Myers would, stalking
Hey,
his prey.
we were talking before. Michael Myers is like one of the best, slashers of all time. Why not give Plagueis a little Michael Myers esque? Wait, okay, check this out. Darth Plagueis is sitting crisscross applesauce on the dock
I haven't heard
with
that in a while.
with Chimere and OSHA. Does that work better than him creeping around a corner?
I think what would have made it cool, this is my opinion, is if you just popped out of nowhere and started fighting Chimera.
For what?
Because people
Is he
say
mad?
that because people say Chimera is apparently one of Plagueis' apprentice, which that's not true based on the book because Sidious is his apprentice. So people think that Chimera is actually, if I'm saying this right, Darth Nihilus,
Tenebris?
Darth Tenebris. Yes.
Yeah,
Wait,
Nihilus would
no.
have been way back in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Old Republic.
yeah. Darth Tenebris, I think it is. Wait,
Yeah.
no, maybe. Yeah. So people say like it's him, and you know how they mention him in the Plagueis book, and Plagueis is hunting him
Right.
basically. Yeah, so people think that Chimera is actually him. So I think him popping out of nowhere and just started fighting him would have like completed that hunting arc.
Yeah, that could work as well. I kind of like the theory as when Chimere is telling Soul, like, some of you may think I'm Sith. You may call me Sith. That right there kind of indicates like, oh, maybe he's not Sith. Maybe he's like a not more so of like a gray Jedi, but kind of like a gray Sith, kind of his own faction, not following that rule of two or that lineage that the Sith truly follow. He can still, bleed a kyber crystal, go through all those things, but
Uh,
maybe Plagueis looking around the corner, looking at him is kind of spying on him, like what is this guy up to? Instead of more so being like, oh, this is my Padawan. What is he doing out here staring off into the distance with this girl? You know,
yeah,
could definitely go one of two ways. But yeah, I mean, I think, going forward, I think seeing more Plagueis, even Chimere, I mean, this opens up doors for a more completed story. Seeing more for the Sith, Plagueis being one of the most famous and, not really too much known. There's really not a lot known about Plagueis. And I think, seeing more of him can only help us, even as fans, just like capture how cultivating this character actually is. I mean, after all, this is Darth Sidious's master. This is Darth Vader's master's master.
but my opinion is that I think the more powerful Sith besides Plagueis would have been Darth Malgus.
Yeah, that's a good argument too.
I think I think if they fought Darth Malgus and Darth Plagueis, I think based on the lore of Darth Malgus, I think he would have mopped the floor with Plagueis.
Yeah, definitely could have. And how did Malgus die?
It's been a while since I played the games and read the books, so I actually forgot.
Defeated and forced off a platform during an Imperial strike team ambush in his throne room, falling into a reactor shaft. Huh. Sounds sounds familiar. I'm not too familiar with the Knights of the Old Republic. I know a lot of the names, but I don't know a lot of their stories, where they completed, how they started. So that's cool for Malgus.
My fiction, though, is that like I said that completely wrong. I said that wrong. My favorite Old Republic character is Revan.
Yeah. Do you think we'll
Like
see
I
him?
love Revan.
You think we'll see him in any future projects?
We saw him in the Lego thing.
I'm not too familiar with your work, Darth Revan. Yeah, that was awesome. Do you think we'll see him in anything canon?
Live action or animated.
Either or.
I hope so, but if they do live action, everybody says yes to this. Keanu Reeves plays him.
Yeah, I've always heard of that one too.
He would make a fantastic Revan.
Especially with how he looks in the game, it kind of makes the most sense.
Yes. But the
Yeah.
fact though that he almost played solo though, but thank God he did not, because in my opinion, the Acolyte was terrible.
You think so?
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like the Acolyte, bro.
Okay, are you like pushing buttons or something?
Nah, I love it, man. It's a good show. I don't think it's the best by any means. But yeah, watching it week by week, I feel like some of the progression kind of went up and down a little bit. There's some storylines where I'm just kind of like, oh, we could have went without that one. But I mean, for me, dude, Kymir, like, I mean, he is
Jaime
probably
was my
easily
favorite character.
it's probably easily top 10 in all of Star Wars character wise in my taste. I think this character has so much to live up for. I mean, Manny Jacinto killed it. He did a great job.
Oh
I
my
mean, we
gosh,
haven't
yeah, he did.
yeah, so I mean, yeah, for me, absolutely love the character. He's way up in the list for me. So hopefully we get more of him.
I hope so too, because like I said, him and Soul were one of my two favorite characters.
Yeah.
But the director of the Acolyte, though, you do have to admit this though, she did go a little bit too far with calling the people who did not like the show racist and sexual.
Mm. See, and like for me, kind of looking at that, I feel like she's more so speaking to those who were actually, you know, spreading hate, sending
But she called
crazy DMs.
everybody. But
I
she
mean,
called everybody racist.
I didn't take any offense to it. I'm not racist. I'm not
Neither
sexist.
am I.
So you shouldn't feel that way, man.
I'm just saying though, somebody being called a racist, even though they are not, it's still kind of like it's like rude to assume that
Yeah.
automatically.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, 1000%, bro. I mean, it's definitely some murky waters and kind of a touchy subject, but yeah, for me, man, I mean, I didn't take no heat from it. It is what it is. If she thinks I'm a weird guy, cool, I'm a weird guy. But at the same day, I mean, I ain't racist, I ain't sexist, so I ain't even worried about what she's saying.
Yeah, neither am I. I'm not either of those. Either
Right.
my parents would put me 6 feet under if I were.
Yeah, you don't want to be that person, you know? So
No,
yeah,
God,
man.
no,
Um
no, no, no. Like
now,
the farthest I will go is that I will hate on an actor's acting. I will hate on their acting if it's bad. Then I will blankly say their acting sucks.
yeah. Yeah, and there's
That's the
times where
farthest I'll go.
yeah, there's times where you watch something, you're like, ah, man, this acting just is not doing it for me. And I mean, hey, we see that in Star Wars a lot. You know, that's each trilogy and each project pretty much gets some sort of flack for whether it's a certain character or a certain actor or actress. And yeah, man, I mean, we've seen it all through the prequels, literally. I mean, a lot of people don't really understand. Like, if the internet was like as prominent as it was today, I think George Lucas would have sold Disney or sold Star Wars away a long time ago.
Told Disney, that's funny.
Yes,
Maybe he might have. Maybe he might not have. I don't know.
because I mean, there's even a documentary back in the day called like The People versus George Lucas, and like
Yes, I've
pretty much
seen that.
a whole thing basically just bashing on Star Wars. And with how nasty the internet is today, I mean, could you imagine Hayden Christensen on the internet or Jake Lloyd on the internet at that time? Like those are some spooky days, man. It's crazy.
Ahmed Best almost killed himself because of the bad reviews.
Yep, Ahmed Best. I mean, yeah, there's so many factions where it's just like, man, like, yeah, people go real far with the hazing, man.
Yeah, which is not right because they need to think that these actors and actresses are actual people.
Right,
Like,
100%.
should they went too far? What they said about him.
Yep, yeah, man. That's why we just gotta chill, man. I mean, you love Star Wars, you got the shirt on. You know what I'm saying? I got the shirt on too. We got the stuff behind us. I mean, what's your entire channel about? It's about Star Wars, right? I mean, I
Just
you
Star Wars and
dip in the
some
other stuff too.
Marvel.
Yeah. So I mean, you're a fan, like you're very passionate about this stuff. So, it's
Yeah,
just that's Star Wars is awesome, man. It all brings us together.
good. And also, I've got nothing behind me. That's my door.
I know. I was like, well, the stuff behind us.
Yeah, Yeah, that's my door in my closet.
Like, you're like, yeah, this door was actually used as a set piece on the Millennium Falcon. Actually,
Cool. Yeah, I wish.
that's awesome.
Imagine.
So for you, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go
If
ahead. Of
if
course,
you
anything.
if you could make your own Star Wars project, what would it be? What character would it be centered around? What's the plot? Like, if you were to create your own Star Wars project, what would it be?
I would personally, as long as it good, good script, good everything. I would like to see a little bit of Yoda's backstory.
Okay,
Learn
that's
more
very
about his
interesting.
species. Um, who found him? Who his master was? Like, like I would love to learn more about who Yoda was.
Right. Yeah, that's a good story right there. I mean, the Grand Jedi Master Yoda, getting his backstory. I mean, there's so many questions we have about him in his early days, and I mean, especially if you read a lot of the novels through the High Republic. I mean, you get to see a lot of Yoda in there, but necessarily you don't really get to go back far. He's hundreds of years old. We don't know his story fully.
And we don't know. Also, one thing I want to know is that is Grogu really him and Yaddle's child? That's the funnest theory ever.
Yeah. Now, I mean, yes, it could be because hey, I don't know anything. I don't know what Grogu's from. I mean, who
Neither
knows?
do I.
What's a really cool thing though is I mean, we have for sure 3 confirmed Yoda like species, Yaddle, Yoda, Grogu. Now, where with them, having 3 characters in the Star Wars universe, like really where are they from? Are they made somewhere? Do they have like a home planet? Are they like colonized somewhere? Like where is the species from and what kind of, you
Yes,
know,
this is the questions we need to know and
right.
answer. Like
Yeah.
example, why does Yaddle talk perfectly normal and why does Yoda talk like this and like talk backwards like
Right. But then Yaddle, speaks normally, just,
yeah,
perfect
yeah,
English.
she speaks like this, well, like me and you are and
Right.
then and like Yoda would say like begun the Clone War has.
Dude, maybe you need to be Yoda and voice him.
Yeah, I've had a whole bunch of people tell me that I can do a Bang Yoda impression, as you just said, and I've done it for a few people, and like that would be cool because
Yeah.
people have called me Frank Oz Jr. and stuff.
Is Frank Oz your grandpa?
I wish that would be so cool, but no, I was not born into a family with a golden spoon in my mouth.
That's fun.
If I was, then my whole wall would be filled with master replica lightsabers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those get pretty
and
expensive.
and I would have bought um the Spider-Man 2 suit that was at auction a few months ago.
Mm. What did that go for?
200 something grand. Wait, no, I take it back.
That's it? Only $200,000?
2 to 300 something $1,000.
Wow. I mean, I'm not a huge Marvel person, but I mean, hey, I would imagine that thing would go for millions.
I know, right? Because Darth Vader's lightsaber went for like what was it, like 1 million? 3 million?
1.5 million?
Yeah, and yet a freaking screen worn outfit by Toby only
Yeah.
goes for a few hundred grand. Like, you kidding me?
Damn. So Tobey
Like,
Maguire was in the second Spider-Man?
Toby Maguire is the original Spider-Man from 2002 till 2007.
Okay, so I thought Tobey Maguire was only in the first one. See, this is my Marvel knowledge. I don't know anything. So he is in the
Yeah,
second one as well then, right?
second and third, and he appeared in No Way
And
Home.
third. Oh, yes. Like all the Spider-Mans showed up, right?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Nice. What would you
but,
do? What would you
but
do if
I
Tobey Maguire showed up in The Mandalorian and Grogu?
I'm not answering that question respectfully because you do not want to know my thoughts respectfully. Um,
When
but I
fandoms collide.
but I kind of get why the suit sold for only a few hundred grand because it is old and it kind of is falling apart. So I kind of get why it sold for not a few million.
Yeah, that makes sense too. You gotta, you know,
Because
combine
it's
all
old
those.
spandex.
Right. Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting.
But yeah, though. But yeah, though, if Toby appeared in Mando and Grogu, I would, like you said, fandoms collide.
You're like,
That would
wait,
not
this is
be
awkward.
that would not be happy. I'd be riding with the Marvel fans.
Okay, so kind of speaking about like the voices, what do you think Grogu's gonna sound like when he talks? Like, what do is
There are
he gonna be?
theories. There are theories. I don't know if you've heard it, but I think there was some theories that he may be like Yoda, like it will maybe the male species of Yoda species talk like Yoda does, and then the females talk like Yaddle does, or maybe I don't know, but there are maybe some theories that he'll like sound like both Yoda and Yaddle.
Hmm. Yeah, so like basically male and female kind of determines what your Yoda species voice sounds like, basically.
But Grogu is male, obviously. So if the one theory is true about if males talk like Yoda and then females talk like Yaddle, then we'll hear Grogu talk like Yoda.
Right.
But I
Interesting.
don't know.
Yeah, kind of speaking in riddle, like backwards, like half sentences. Like
Hmm?
what should be in the bottom half of sentence is like in the beginning. So yeah, maybe he has that, or he since he's around, Din Djarin and all the other Mandalorians, maybe he kind of speaks like they are since that's who he's kind of growing up with. Just
Oh my
normal.
gosh! Imagine if he speaks like freaking Yoda, but just imagine no the way this is. The
Yeah,
way
'cause
this is.
they'll
It's
probably just
this is the way, Grogu. Yes, the way this is.
they'd probably just kick him out. They're like, "Dude, you're not a Mandalorian anymore. You can't even say it right, dude."
I'll just train with Luke. Fuck you guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I hope though we get to one day see him in like Mando armor. I think
Mhm.
it'd be cool.
I think we will.
I
I think we
truly hope
will.
we will because I think that it would be cool. But I hope at some point I agree with my friend who said this. I hope they like age him up because him kind of staying like the same age, same size is kind of getting annoying.
Yeah, I mean, we're slowly kind of going through this like Mandoverse period where, Mandalorian and Grogu, maybe like a year or two before is when, Din and Grogu actually like met for the first time and um kind of got together. Now with
Oh,
this
Mando
being
Grogu takes place after season 3.
right. So yeah, if you kind of like date it back like a year or two, this is like where like back to season 1. This is basically the timeline that you're working with because you got to fit in Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, and even all the other projects that still need to come out, like the Filoni Endgame. If they are doing a Heir to the Empire trilogy, if
I
they
hope
do
they
a
do.
a Mandalorian Grogu trilogy, there's rumors of that being a thing. So it's kind of you kind of have to give this kind of like a 5-year gap to where, I mean, this can give Grogu time, to grow. I mean, obviously he's 55 years old. Um, but looking forward, Yoda died when he was 900, and we see how old Yoda was. Now, if you kind of divide that, if we're to make,
How old
if
was
we're to take,
Yaddle?
that's another Google question right there. Um, if you kind of look
Does
at Grogu, or if you look at Yoda being 900 years old, and you kind of divide that into, Grogu being 50. So let's say in human years, Yoda was 900. in human years he's 90. So being 55, it sounds like, Grogu's like a 5-year-old, maybe 6-year-old
He acts
in
like
human
it.
years. Yeah, so I
He
mean,
acts
he's
like
he's
it.
a kid. He's a kid. So maybe I don't know, man. I don't know if it's going to take 50 more years for him to act like
And
a
so was
10,
Baby
11 year
Yoda.
old, So
But
Yaddle, it says Yaddle was born in 509 BBY, making her 477 years old by the time of the Phantom Menace.
she died before. Oh yeah, she did die in the Phantom Menace attack only because she died before. She died after Qui-Gon died, so she died during the Phantom Menace events.
Yep, right around there.
And she was also in the Phantom Menace. You can like see her sitting there in one scene.
Yeah, they're in the council. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that little Easter egg.
You know what? Think of this. You know how some things, like we've been talking about in this episode, some things we're like, yeah, we don't like that. What do you think original trilogy fans thought of seeing the Phantom Menace and seeing another version of Yoda? I mean, to them, Yoda's this master wizard,
To
the
be
one that
honest,
trained Luke. What do you think they thought of Yaddle?
to be honest, it took me years until a friend told me. Well, like a friend told me 5 years ago, Yaddle was in the Phantom Menace. I did not even notice her.
Mm, yeah,
My
she hasn't
whole
done
life
it either.
until 5 years ago, didn't even notice her. So what I think is that I think most people just ignored it and thought, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of
Because
an interesting
nobody
thing.
knew who Yaddle was yet. Yaddle wasn't even a character yet.
She's just kind of thrown in there just as a little extra, like an extra in the movie.
Yeah, I would assume so because I think Yaddle was like created like in early 2000s.
I mean, it'd be super easy, for George, especially thinking like, let's throw in basically a female Yoda onto the council as well. I mean, there's not that many council seats, and another Yoda species has one. It's kind of cool little Easter egg, kind of. But I do love that she gets more of a ground, kind of going into Tales of the Jedi. It was really cool to see her
Yes.
canonized death, in Legends. It's cool that she sacrifices herself to save Anakin during an explosion. So that's kind of cool to see. That
That
was
is in the books, but in
Mhm.
Tales of the Jedi, she's killed by Duke.
Right. So yeah, both Legends and canon deaths for Yaddle are pretty heroic in a way. I mean, you kind of look at Yaddle in the Tales of the Jedi. It sucks that she dies, to Dooku of all, and Dooku felt bad about it. That was kind of like his initiation going into the Sith and falling to the dark side. It was, doing something he didn't want to do, but knew what he had to do. And I mean, imagine if he didn't take down Yaddle. Yaddle would have went and snitched and told the Jedi Order, and it would have been up from there, man.
What else is new? Yaddle's a female. All females are snitches.
Hey, that's not true.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I like to bust chops. I'm kidding.
Now you know who a snitch is, though.
Who?
DJ from The Last Jedi, your favorite movie, the Master Codebreaker.
His character, I will say, was kind of hysterical.
Yeah,
I will say his character was so different and so funny. Like his character made me laugh.
yeah, it was a pretty good character.
But speaking of that stuff, out of the movies, of course, rate your top, rate your top five
And all of Star Wars movies.
for the movies. Yes.
Okay, top five. We're gonna go at number five. Actually, I'll start from one and go down. Number one, Revenge of the Sith. I mean, it's just, in my opinion, it's the greatest movie of all time. Absolutely love that movie. Grew up with it. It's great, awesome, love it. Number two, for me, we go with Return of the Jedi. Love everything about the movie. It's great from start to finish. Good, of course, Vader and Luke fighting the final duel. That is so iconic.
The
Love everything
music.
about. Yes, the music's great. I love Jabba's palace, the Sarlacc pit, all of that. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Number three, I'm gonna go with Rogue One. Thought it was a really good movie. I think it enhances the original trilogy, tremendously. Even though it's already a great trilogy, you could never think a movie can make those movies better, and that's what Rogue One does. Um, Number four, I will probably go. Number four, I'll go with Empire Strikes Back. Another great iconic movie. I have that teeter tottered with number five as well. But I mean, Empire Strikes Back. Love that movie. Very iconic, of course. The Hoth sequence is amazing. Love seeing the AT-ATs for the first time.
The I am your
Um,
father.
yes, I mean, and then leading up into the first uh, confrontation with Luke and Vader. I mean, it's beautiful, awesome, and it also the bad guys win. Once
Mhm.
again, just like in Revenge of the Sith, we see that in the original trilogy, Empire Strikes Back. And then number five on my list goes to Force Awakens.
Mm.
So that's just that's my top five, and I will say out of all 11 films, and I
Oh,
mean,
oh yeah, right. You are counting the other ones. Okay, I gotcha.
yeah, if we're counting all 11, I mean, there is a Clone Wars movie. Not my favorite, but I'm not gonna
But
count that because it's
true point.
animation.
True point.
So, if we're gonna do all 11, live action films, there's some that, I mean, one day I'm like, "Oh, man, I really think, Last Jedi is better than, Phantom Menace." At sometimes there's sometimes where I'm like, "Oh, man, The Phantom Menace is awesome. I really love this more than Attack of the Clones," So it kinda teeter-totters, but the top 5 for me kinda stay the same for the most part.
So here's a fun fact to you for you. So I was born in '05, right? So I did not see any of the prequels in theaters. I was born in I think I was about a month or two old when the Avengers Sith came out. So obviously, no duh, I didn't see it. Um, but I saw all the sequels in theaters. I saw Rogue One, Solo, and Rogue One, Solo, and what's the third one?
Did you see the Clone Wars movie in theaters? Did that go to theaters?
No. Okay, yeah, I saw sequels in theaters. I saw Rogue One. I saw Solo, and I saw the re-release of Revenge of the Sith,
Ah,
and then I saw the re-release of Return of the Jedi in theaters, and I saw the re-release of Phantom Menace in theaters.
there you go. Nice. Yeah, so you saw all 5 new when they first released, and then you got 3 of the re-releases.
Hmm.
Nice. Yeah, I got Revenge of the Sith and A Phantom Menace
But
rewatched in theaters, but
but you saw both originally.
I did. Now if we're counting the rewatches, I went and saw those once again. Yeah, dude. I can't wait till I don't know what's next because it's 2025, so
Re-release is 2027, A New Hope.
A New Hope. Yep, 50-year anniversary. Wow.
My mom saw all of the original trilogies in theaters.
Nice. Yep. That's how my parents were too, man. They saw them all in theaters as well. It's crazy.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So, what was your first ever lightsaber? And I'm guessing it was a flick out.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So was mine.
Freaking
Telescope ones, the flick out.
yeah, those man, whose did I have first? I think I had Obi-Wan's. I think I had Obi-Wan's first from The Phantom Menace. And then the second one I got was Qui-Gon's, and I had all of them. And then even because then back then you could also get Qui-Gon's hilt, but it would have like a purple blade or a red
Oh, Red
blade
Blade. Yup,
just
yup.
because they
I
reused the
remember
hilt.
those ones.
Yeah, so those are what I had, but Obi-Wan's was my first one.
Actually, same thing here. Funny enough, my first one was Obi-Wan's. That's
Yep.
actually hysterical. But then I had the flick out light up ones. And then I actually had the spring loaded one. Like the force action one. Do you want to know which one I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, but right now I want, and yes, I get it's a toy, but I want the power saver.
Oh, yeah.
I
How much
want
how much is that?
on Amazon. I think it's like 60 something. I could be wrong, and I think in the stores, depending on where you live, um, it can go from 60 something to I think. below or over 50.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
though,
know.
but I want it.
Yeah. Got to get that one.
Like, just
Now,
imagine that though. If we had that as kids though, imagine if our parents had something like that as kids.
dude, that would have been crazy. I mean, yeah, that would have been so advanced for their time. I will hit you with something though. You probably would have only been, like 5 months old. The Christmas of 2005. So I'm 8 years old. This right here was an
I was
insane
born in March.
lightsaber. Okay, so yeah, you would have been a little over 6 months. So check this out. There used to be this thing, and it was your build your own lightsaber pack. Now I
Yes,
don't.
yes, I had
I was
that.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you remember that, because I got one the pretty much the year you were born, I got one for Christmas. And you could have Darth Maul's double blade, you could have two single blades, dual wield. Man,
Hmm.
this thing was awesome. You get the kyber crystals, all the different discs, and then you had to put the D batteries in there, the real thick
Yup,
ones. And
yup,
you had to
yup,
twist them on there, and then now you had a light up lightsaber, and they were still flick out.
yup. And then also, I did that in Disney when I went there in 2015.
Nice, nice. So you got to build your own?
Yes, and then I also built my own when I went to Galaxy's Edge a few years ago at Saudis.
Nice, nice. How
But
was that experience for you?
emotional, absolutely emotional.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
But my preference though is still prefer NeoPixel lightsabers.
Yeah, yeah. I have a baselet right now. I got another baselet on the way from the Saber company, so I'll have two of those. But I still need to go ahead and buy a NeoPixel because that's just next on my bucket list.
What bracelet do you have? Do you care to enlighten us?
Yeah, so I have the Knight. I have the silver one.
The Knight.
It's basically here. I can grab it real quick.
Yeah, please. I was about to say I don't know what you're talking about.
So this is the silver Knight right here. This one I actually won in a giveaway before the Saber company, before I'm joined their group.
Damn.
So this one right here is the Knight. It's the silver one. Not trying to hit the ceiling. So I got the same exact saber coming in, but the next one will be black. So that's what this one is.
Are you gonna connect the two into a staff?
So I need to go on their website and buy the adapter. So it's
Mm.
basically kind of like a double-ended piece that where I can put them together. So eventually, yes, I will.
And then I have from Theory Sabers. I don't know if you've ever heard of that man, Star Wars Theory.
Of course.
I've been watching him since day one of his channel. I'm an absolute fan of him.
Awesome.
And I have a saber from his company. I have the Balin Skull lightsaber,
Ah, nice.
NeoPixel, of course.
That looks really good, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
And then
nice.
from Art Sabers, which I don't know what's going on with the board right now, but it's old. It's a trophy. I don't know if I'll get a new board or something. I don't know. But I have it the Ezra Bridger staple gun
The staple gun, awesome.
because it's what it looks like. It looks like a staple gun.
Look,
It
that's
like,
awesome.
and then I have two lightsabers from Imperial Workshop. I have the Vega
Is that kind
and
of like
then
a?
this
It's
one.
oh, okay. It's kind of like their like basic generic one.
These are their basic generic ones, kind of, but these are dirt cheap, like less than $200.
Nice, awesome.
Yeah, but what NeoPixel would you like?
There's one and one only, and we already mentioned it, and it is for this reason because it was my first lightsaber. I gotta
Obi-Wan
get
Kenobi's
Obi-Wan Kenobi version
Episode
one.
One. Yup.
Yes, I gotta have it, man. It only makes sense. And then second, I'd probably run with Qui-Gon. Um,
Yes,
and then maybe third, this is kind of out there, Kit Fisto's. I think Kit Fisto's lightsaber is very unique.
my friend. Kenrick Gwynn has a baselet. What you just said, a baselet. Kid Fisco.
Oh, nerd got the Kit Fisto.
Yes, sir, he did.
Nice.
Baselet. It's up on his channel. It's from a few months ago. But what I need now is that I need a King Jarrus one to match with my Ezra's run, and then I would like an episode 3 Obi-Wan lightsaber because I prefer the thin necks. And yes, I would also like his episode 1. I would like his I would also like Qui-Gon's.
Yes,
Um,
Qui-Gon's awesome.
but Nerd also has the thin neck Return of the Jedi um Luke lightsaber from Theory Sabers.
Nice. Yeah, that's another good one, dude. That's so classic.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, with me being a big Lego guy, I gotta get the big version of the Lego hill. I
The
gotta
Lego
have it.
lightsaber, yes. I
Gotta have
want that too one day.
that.
Yes, I want that too one day. Absolutely, like,
Yeah, it's awesome.
yeah. But but you mentioned that you kind of like the Acolyte though. But can you at least agree with this though? The sabers are just too big.
Yeah, okay. So looking at them, they do seem a little bit big. Now, I don't
So
know.
chunky.
I don't know if it's a production thing because obviously Disney has worked with, of course, the sequel trilogy, which the lightsabers there look fine. The Kenobi series. I mean, all of these series that have happened, they're all normal looking lightsabers. But yeah, the Acolyte, they're thick. They're
It's horrible.
abnormally thick. Chimere's kind of made sense since he had kind of like
Yes,
the Shota blade as well. But I
and
mean,
the
even Souls looked
and
weird.
the whip one made sense because it's literally a whip, so it's got to be a bit bigger. But
Yeah, right.
besides that, Jackie's and all the others should have been normal size and not so big and chunky. Like my God,
Yeah, that is something kind of weird.
like it's like, are you trying to make them Galaxy Edge size? No offense, but they look terrible.
um, I always hate reading the AI overview when you Google something, but it says that the Acolyte sabers appeared larger and thicker because the show uses internally battery powered LED filled tubes for the blades. Now, I don't know if that's true. Um, but
They
even then,
used
that wouldn't
Neo
really make
console
sense.
for the Kenobi show and for the Ahsoka show.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too. That's a cool fact.
Like example, the theory theory saber. This is basically size accurate. So they can do stuff like this, and yet the acolyte has to be like this much bigger.
Yeah, they're like 1980s flashlights.
That's what they go going for, especially Jackie's though. Her saber it's just like a flashlight.
Yeah, Jackie had she had the
Flashlight saber,
tumbler.
I called it.
The light okay, so according to Screen Rant, it says that the lightsabers in the show are significantly thicker than lightsabers have been in the franchise so far. So most of the Jedi are holding lightsabers with both hands, and the truth doesn't even really explain why they are that way. Just kind of
Holding sabers with both hands, that doesn't matter because if you look at a freaking New Hope, you're holding them with both hands and yet they're small.
yeah, it's weird. Maybe we'll figure it out one day. Maybe they'll
Knowing Disney, probably not.
yeah, I'm not finding anything, man.
So, do you have any autographs from Star Wars people?
No autographs, but I have one photo op, and it's with Hayden Christensen.
Oh yeah,
Yep, got to
do
meet
you? Good
him.
for you.
Met him in Denver, May of 2023. No, June of 2023, late June.
I heard he remembers everybody.
That'd be cool, man. He's a very genuine dude. It was a cool experience for sure.
I heard he's a sweetheart.
Yeah. Yeah, to say the least. I mean, the dude is very genuine, gives you good eye contact. He's talking to you. I mean, he knows we're all spending hundreds of dollars, to stand in lines for a long amount of time just to meet him. And he takes care of you, man.
Does he shake your hand?
Yeah, shook my hand, gave me a hug, and we talked. So I feel like we talked for like 25, 30 seconds. Um, when the people in front and behind me, it seemed like they were just in and out quicker than I was, but I was
Oh
also
yeah,
living in the moment, so it could have just felt
yeah.
like 9 hours at the same
Mhm,
time. So,
mhm.
but yeah, it was cool, man.
Shaking your hand. I'm never washing this hand again. Family Guy reference.
He's
I'm
like,
never
yeah, that
washing
kid's
this.
weird. That's
Your
funny.
hand stinks. Your hand stinks. Why does it stink? Hayden Christensen touched this hand. That's why.
It'll never touch soap again. Have you met anyone?
I have for actors and actresses, no, but my friend Kendrick got me last year at Ocala Comic Con. He got me a Shin Hati autograph. So I've never
Nice.
been to because I've never been to a Comic Con. I would like to go to ICCC 2026 for my first Comic Con, and then hopefully the dream is 2027 LA Star Wars Celebration.
Yes, that'll be dope, man. Yeah, I plan
That
on being
that
there as well.
that is the dream. But have I met anybody? Yes, for football, yes.
Oh yeah, who have you met?
I met an old safety. His name was Aaron Williams for the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, okay.
I also got his autograph.
That's cool. Is that the only NFL player you've met?
Yes. How about
Nice.
you?
Yeah, no NFL players. No NFL players.
Yeah, I can actually. I will send you the photo later, but that's the autograph right there for the NFL
Oh,
player,
nice. Hell yeah, that's cool.
and then for the Shin Hati one right there.
Nice. That's a good picture too.
Yup. Hold on. And then I like also have this one, but apparently, these are super easy to come by. Again, my friend Ken gave it to me, and that's this one. But apparently, they are super cheap
Oh,
and super easy to come by. Come by, so that's like nothing.
oh sweet. That's dope.
Yup. And then at my dad's, I have some Funko Pops, but at my mom's, I have a lot.
Oh, nice, dude. Yeah. Good little collection there.
Yep. And my dad's, I have some, but like not as much as I do have my mom's.
Nice.
And then I have a like backpack Yoda.
Awesome.
And then I might have decapitated a Yoda because I have his head.
Oh, there he is.
Good. So that's what happened to a Yoda. I killed him. I Michael Myers his head off. Okay, now speaking of horrible movies now. You said you were also a fan of them, and um out of which franchise do you prefer, the Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, or the Halloween franchise?
Halloween by miles. Not even close.
Which one? Which franchise? Because there's been multiple arcs and multiple different timelines.
Yeah, so many different timelines. Nah, Halloween 1, 1978, is the best in my opinion. Halloween 2, 1981, that is a really good follow-up. I think that's great that they
Yup.
continue in the same night. And in my opinion, that's the scariest one.
Oh
Um,
yeah, 100% B, because on the budget was higher and they did more blood. But the one for 78, the only like had like $325,000 budget, and yet it ranked in a few million, and is 97% Rotten Tomatoes.
oh wow.
It's just
Interesting. Yeah.
yeah.
I do think the new trilogy was okay. I didn't really. I mean, Halloween Kills wasn't the greatest to me, or Halloween Ends wasn't the greatest to me.
I was about to say,
I did enjoy Halloween
Kills was
Kills.
awesome.
Kills was probably the best one. And then yeah, 2018 was a good, restart. Um, I think that's good. But now kind of like Resurrection, H2O, 4, 5, 6. I mean, those
There
I'm not
was
a huge fan of those.
there was one Halloween movie that completely sucked. It only got a 10% Rotten Tomatoes. Was it Resurrection?
Maybe that would make more sense,
but it
anyways,
completely
because that
sucked.
yeah, that movie was not good by any means,
Oh my
in my
gosh, that
opinion. But
can I?
also,
That's most people's opinion. I guess because it got a 10% Rotten Tomatoes. That means it's terrible.
yeah, it could be. I mean, you also
But
got to think there's people out there who resonate with that one the most, and that's their favorite. So I always try to respect that. But one I will say, getting
excuse me.
older and just watching the movie for what it is, Season of the Witch. Now, Michael Myers is only on a TV screen in that, but the movie itself as a standalone is pretty good. The more you watch it, and especially for me, the as I got older, I actually like Season of the Witch more than I did when I was younger.
Mm. But um, but 2018 Halloween, I'm actually gonna watch that film on Halloween. Because I haven't seen that movie in years, but I might watch it a few days before Hall- Halloween because again I said I've just watched scenes online and I have not seen the full film in like 3 years.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
But
good one.
it is totally is, but I just cannot wait for the next Halloween franchise, and God, I hope they do it because we know in this timeline he's definitely not coming back because my God, he was crushed by a shredder.
Yeah, he's done.
And if he comes back from that, then my God, he is a god. He is more powerful. He is more powerful than Jesus himself. If he comes back
Yeah,
from that.
yeah, man, that'd be gnarly. I think it's
Which I will
done there.
say though, that was a perfect end for that timeline because they finally like ended his terror. But I thought for a second in the film, I thought for a second Coley was going to be his successor until Jason killed him. Yeah, Jason. Michael Myers killed him.
I was like, oh yeah, Jason must have made a surprise guest appearance. Nah, I get
Yeah,
what
I'm
you're saying.
sorry.
I didn't
Yeah,
really, yeah, the Corey thing threw me off. I didn't, yeah, that was kind of weird. But at the same time, yeah, it wasn't my favorite. But yeah, Halloween Kills, dude, that one was gnarly. Seeing that for the first time, I was like, oh. And then of course you get
well, that was
the
gnarly.
Haddonfield 1978 flashback right at the beginning, and that
Yes,
was done beautifully. It's probably one of the greatest flashback scenes in like recent film. Like it was
yes,
amazing,
yes.
done really good.
Did you know for that mask, it was actually William Shatner's like face mask type of thing?
Yeah, yep, just painted
Yeah, which
white.
is cool. Yeah, which is cool. And they widened the eye holes. So William Shatner. So William Shatner's face is actually kind of
Yeah, he's got
scary.
a scary face.
Oh yeah, totally a scary face. But in the 2018 one though, when Jason gets his mask after killing those two people who went to visit him, do I know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, who you talking about?
I said, do we know who I'm talking about? Do you know how in the beginning of the 2018 one, a boy and a girl went to visit him and
Oh,
they
the podcasters.
taunted him with the mask? Yes.
Yeah.
That bathroom death was so brutal. Like speaking like
Oh yeah, yeah.
the guys though, he was slammed against a wall. Jason used him to freaking get the stall door unlocked. And then he threw him against the wall. He dies. And then he strangles the girl. And then he opens the car trunk, pulls out the
Puts the
mask,
mask on.
put it on with that music, heavy breathing. It's like, oh my gosh, that scene was done so well.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. Yeah, I really like that one. That was a good like
It's
welcome back for Michael too.
oh my gosh, that scene gave me chills. I was like, the first time I watched it, I was like, how did he know where they are though? Like, I wondered though, how did he know where they were?
Michael Myers, baby, he knows everything.
Apparently not how he's gonna die.
Yeah, he finally dies. He never dies.
Oh my gosh, so they correct me if I'm wrong though, but at the end of every single franchise, he dies though, right?
I mean, to a sense, I mean, he's not like completely dead. There's a lot of those where, I mean, there's like 9 different timelines, which kind of throws the Halloween
Yeah.
franchise off for me. That's why I just like 1 and 2, and then 2018 Kills and Season of the Witch, and that doesn't even have Michael in
What
it.
is
So
Season of the Witch? I've never heard of that show or movie.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. It's the
Oh yes. Oh
Silver
yes.
Shamrock.
Thank you. So I have heard that though, yes. But when you said Season of the Witch Mom, I thought what? Because
Yeah,
usually people say Halloween 3.
yeah. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. That's what it's.
I haven't seen that film in so long.
Yeah, that one. I mean,
How
yeah, it's
often does
pretty
he
cool.
appear?
He appears once on a TV screen. That's it. It's just
You're
him
kidding
walking
me.
down the stairs. Yep. Check it out sometime.
On a I haven't seen the movie in years. I might need to watch the scene online, but literally though, is the film even good? Because because I've just seen that film once. I've seen the first one like a billion times. Second one again a lot of times. 2018 lots of times. The Kills whole bunch of times. I've seen Ends 4 times, and I've
Hmm.
seen the second one after the 2018 one. We know it's 2018 Kills then Ends, right?
Yes.
Yes, so I've seen all of those, the ones a handful of times, but I've just seen the third one though once. So is it even worth the rewatch?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like I said, there's no Michael Myers in it, so don't go into it expecting that, Michael is just a prominent character. It's good, man. I don't want to give you too much about it because it's
Again, I've seen
it's
it,
good.
so we'll just go ahead. I just forgot about it. So just
Mm.
we'll just say stuff. Just
That
say what you
or Dead Meat James A.
Yep.
Janice. Yeah, I'd go on his channel, watch like the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch kill count. He'll basically tell you the whole story. That way you ain't got to watch the whole thing. Even though I recommend watching it. I mean, just check that out. I mean, there's some cool kills in there. Cool little premise. The Halloween mask for the kids is pretty gnarly. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good movie. Just check out Dead Meat.
What I've never understood about Michael though is that he kills adults, he kills teens. Why won't he kill children?
He doesn't really ever run into him. I mean, he does in Halloween 2018, that kid out in when the bus crashes, he gets that kid. That kid is probably like 13 or something. So that's probably the youngest kid. But also too, I mean, as a production standpoint, I mean, you don't really want him, killing kids because that's not cool.
Hi, have you seen Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th?
Freddy Krueger stinks
You get my point though.
to an extent. Even them, they don't even really go that young. It's more, teenagers that are out, and it's kind of like a teen slasher, like late teens.
What I never understood though is that with Michael though, I've never understood though, you see him in 2018 though on his first rampage back on Halloween Halloween the night. He bypasses like a billion kids and
Oh
just
yeah,
ignores them.
yeah.
Why?
It's it wasn't on his menu, man. Had to go forward.
Is it because it's like he can't feed off them or something, or just he's like they'll be old enough. I'm on in just a few years.
Um, I mean, you basically have to look at who he's going after. Any other
He's going
friends
after his sister. He's
or
going after
adults,
Jane,
anyone tied in.
Jamie's character.
Yeah, anyone who's like tied into them, that's basically, you know, whoever's in the way or connected to them in any way is going to be, main target. But yeah, anybody else side character, he's not too worried about.
Yeah, not to worry about it all. But I always but there was a film like Halloween film like they only made 1 and 2, and that was like in the later 2000s. That was before the 2018 version. It showed a lot of Jason as a kid. In the first film, as we know, his mother killed herself. Um,
Yeah.
and like I wondered to myself, like I wonder, like if if remained alive, if she if she remained alive, would he like have like stayed sane?
Yeah. Yeah, that's also something too you kind of have to look at. And I mean, pretty much too, like Jason really is like the only slasher that kind of has that connection to like a mother figure. I mean, Freddy doesn't have that. Michael sure doesn't have that. I mean, unless you're talking about the Rob Zombie one, which those I
Yes,
just,
so that's yeah, so that's the one I was just talking about.
yeah. So I mean, you kind of you kind of try to get into like the slashers like mind state more so for the film. Like why, like is this okay? This is like that lead up. So yeah, like kind of the, yeah, I get what you're saying to an extent. Yeah.
Because it's like before she killed herself, she was like the only one showing like Michael kindness and love. And
Right.
then when she killed himself, he became mute.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's kind of definitely different. That's why I don't know the Rob Zombie ones I didn't really care for too much. Um, but there's definitely some cool parts in there.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%, 100%. But what I never got though is that I don't know if it's explained in the books or something. When he was 6 years old, why did he kill Judith?
Don't know. It's not really. It's not really talked about in the movies too much.
Because like that's the opening for the 1978 film, which is badass. Full
Hmm.
of freaking opening. You see him like killing his sister. Like I wondered to myself, like why, like what she do to you? And then in the Rob Zombie one, he killed his abusive stepfather, his sister, his sister's boyfriend, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. Just kind of. I guess it's just how the cookie crumbled those nights.
The cookie crumbles to death.
Dude.
Well, like I just wanted the well, like what made him into a killer. I wish we got these answers. It would have been
Yeah.
cool. But I
Yeah.
guess that defeats the whole point. Because it's literally like the less you know, the more scary it is.
Yep. That's true. It's very true, man.
That is true though. But it is getting late, and I and thank you for coming on, and I will definitely try to have you again on at some point.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. It was a blast talking Star Wars and even some horror, dude. I'm a huge horror guy and not a lot of people know that, especially on the Star Wars channel. But yeah, dude, I absolutely had a blast, man. Thanks for having me on.
You are welcome, and thank you again.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'll get this real quick.